in many ways, this generation is facing what no other generation faced. And therefore, they are in need of further debate, further understanding, and in need of seeing the multiple truths and the multiple realities and the multiple situations and models that exist in their part of the world, but also in the world at large. So that maybe from my side explains the nature of the transition. So on the one hand, we understand the nature of the problem at large, but then the nature of the transition, and then my third point was on the weekly Diwaniyah. What was going on with the weekly Diwaniyah? This is, as Linda just mentioned, a talk show that what I do in it is there is always one or two or three expert hosts who speak on a variety of topics and issues, but then the rest of the discussion is open with a group of youth, usually 15 to 20 young men and women. Sit together and debate with them, debate with me, debate among each other the ideas under discussion. And what usually we do, I mean, at one point we had a discussion on Shiism in Kuwait. We focus a lot on Kuwait because the program is a Kuwaiti program and it's on Kuwaiti TV. And therefore, it's meant to be developmental in nature, rather than talk about all the other issues that exist elsewhere in the Arab world, and with no benefit that is to the local community. It became far more important to take that as a model, and therefore focus on the issue. So Shiism in Kuwait means something. And what we did, we invited 15 to 20 youth from the Kuwaiti Sunnis, who are, and some of them from Islamist Kuwaitis, who were more on the religious side, and created a debate among them. Then we had an episode on liberalism in Kuwait, and we invited the Islamists and the others who believe in a totally different ideology, and had a debate. Then we had one on tribe and politics. Then we had another on women in leadership, and invited men and women who believe in women's rights or who don't believe in women's rights, on a variety of foundations, some religious and some tradition, and had a great discussion on TV with them on all these aspects. So the program tries to pick issues that blogs, extremism, co-education, civil society, voluntary work, the future of media, freedom of expression, censorship, Kuwait after oil, civil society in the Arab world, and what it means to each society and to each the Arab-Israeli conflict and what it means to us, issues on Jerusalem, issues on Iraq. We've had 2 episodes on Iraq. So we just combine Arab issues and local issues, but there is more focus inward on local issues, believing that that helps make change and create better understanding. Yet, for a while, the program didn't, there was a decision to stop it suddenly. Just to explain, I mean, it was stopped in a quick decision then by, since this is an official TV, it's part of the Kuwait TV formal government TV. There was a minister of information who didn't like the program, so he stopped it. And in fact, it happened during a time when the government was resigned, waiting for a new government to be formed. So it was a minister in a resigned government. It was his last decision and first and last decision was to stop the program. So, I mean, it was a sudden thing, and this happened about 2 months ago. And the interesting thing, I mean, I didn't have to do anything. It was basically Kuwaiti bloggers who write all the things that you would think a blogger would write, who is usually 20, 23, 25, 26. Kuwaiti bloggers have quite an impact today. I mean, they can make a movement, they can lead a movement, they have created a reform movement in election laws.